So it's about this author, Aggie Wiggs,
Aggie
who
Wiggs.
is basically kind of like, she's painted in the beginning as like kind of like a recluse. She's obviously in this big, beautiful like house in this very affluent neighborhood that is like, you know, on the outskirts of, I think it's on Long Island, New York. And she has a new neighbor moving in. And that's like clearly like it's a big hubbubaloo because they're putting in a bunch of security stuff. There's like these German Shepherd dogs that come to her house and are like barking at her house, like, you know, being crazy. And that's kind of like her introduction. She's like, who the fuck are these people? And then so she gets like invited over there like to like come meet them because this big like tech guy or like they have a lot of money in real estate. And so that is Matthew Rye's character. So he plays Niall Jarvis, who has a lot of scandal behind him because his wife disappeared a couple years before. Body's never been found, but everyone basically is like, he fucking killed her because he's a fucking billionaire. They can do whatever they want, like, you know, like crazy things. And so he's moving to this house. Like, he's like really paranoid about security and all these things. He's now married to Brittany Snow, who was his wife's assistant. His wife was like a curator for like art things and stuff like that. And so Aggie Claire Danes, she is like, you know, on year 2 of supposed to be writing this book that she's just having writer's block on. She's having money problems. Like, you know, she's already gotten like advanced from like her publisher and things like that on this thing. And she literally has nothing written in this book yet.
Right.
Somehow like Niall's character, or Niles, so Matthew Rye's character, he's obviously used to getting what the fuck he wants. And he's like an asshole and he's like very insistent on things. And so he basically insists on like, you know, he's like, I want to like get to know you and like all these things. But also too, he wants like, it starts like this whole thing, like beef between them because he wants this running path put into the woods or like it goes around like their guys' like neighborhood. And she's the only one that says no because she's also very like stubborn. So it just goes through this whole thing. And eventually like he kind of almost makes a joke. He's like, what you're writing is fucking boring. That's why you can't write about it. He's like, write about me. And then she was like, oh, yeah, whatever. Well, I'm not going to do that. And then she's talking to her publisher and she's like, what if I could get him to do it? Because like his family obviously is like a steel trap with their business. And then so she convinces him to do it. And so she's getting to know him. And like it goes through this whole path of like, did he do it? Did he not do it? Clearly he's a psychopath, but also he's just rich. Like the rich, most of them are psychos, you know, and like all these different things. And so you're getting like all this backstory. And then like, you know, this FBI agent comes in who was like super obsessed with like trying to nail